Hello and welcome, as today is the 6th day of November 2017. My name is Derek. Let's take a look at a hashtag crypto trading video, everything you do within your own risk, own reward. And I will soon be completed my analysis on about a couple hundred or so coins on the crypto space. I have finished codes lettered A through S. So I got T through Z left. And first, I want to go over code POT. I talked about this in the 2.5 minute warning. And when I woke up this morning, I logged on to BITTREX and they show you top volume, top gainers, and one of the top gainers at around, I'm trying to guess what time I got up in the morning, after 8 o'clock, around 8 o'clock, maybe a little before. I seen it was up over 350%. And I knew instantly then that all my sell orders would have been hit, every single one, and that I missed out on some great gains because I seen where the price was and I was like, oh, this is just crazy what has just transpired. And when I see these types of codes, letters like POT, CANN, letters TH, and that of C, and the ones of the like, I expect all rallies to not only be guilty until proven innocent, but be tested guilty relatively fast. And this one is being tested guilty right now. I mean, this is just crazy. 3 minutes up. I mean, in 10 minutes, it goes from about 1,600 to about 10,000. I remember yesterday managing this, and I was saying to myself, you know what, maybe I should up my sell orders a little bit. I was in volatile range, looking to sell everything around 2,000 at one point. And I'm like, no, I think I might go a little bit higher. Let's up the range, and we did. Or I did, and I'm glad I did at least that. But now I don't have any of these coins anymore, and I want to get some. You look at this in here. I don't expect this to hold these gains. When I look at this on a daily time frame, the trading range before was between 1,400 and down to like 11. So I expect it to retest this trading range, and that's a decent way of a distance off. Now, however, had I sold at say 6,000 or 8,000, or anywhere up to the top at like close to 10, I mean, yeah, I want to buy at 23, at least some of it. I'm still going to look to buy back in here. But if I sold, say, 1 unit's worth here, I most certainly would buy about 2 units worth back, knowing I'm still getting a very good profit of Bitcoin on the remainder when you're able to sell it for 4 times lower, or 75%-ish area. So again, the whole point with these, if you have them, and you get these coins when they are cheap to buy, when they are at, or when they're at the 18 average of lows, or even within the band, but more importantly, when they go below it. Not bad time to buy in here. If you do, you have sell orders available here. And this is the whole point of the risk reward. If, for example, I did buy in here, and I'm thinking, okay, let's try to go for a good gain. If I'm buying at 1170, I see I had a key area at around, say, 1900. I can go to 2000. I'm going to put a seller in for 1995. Party like it's 1995. And this is a gain of about 80%. So, heck, I'm going to sell everything. And then you do sell everything, and you sold it like it was 1995, and here you are. We're not waiting. We don't want to buy at the 18 average of highs. We want to buy when it's lower. 18 average middles. You got in at 1300. If you waited for the lows, at 1200 you got in. And if you waited to go below, of course, it went to as low as 1060. And then doing the same thing again, oh, you'd sell it all, say, around 1995, and you can't even buy back cheaper now when it's went down a lot. So there's the 2 differences of selling big and selling low. Meaning selling low would be the 2000, selling big up here. Because if you sell low, you're going to get your gains, but you're going to miss out on what could be tremendous. Especially if something goes up big that sustains itself, you'll never get back in. So if you have something that you're selling at a big previous high at around 2,000, and let's just say it only goes up to like 6 or 7, then it might only pull back to maybe 45, and well, you're gonna have to buy back at a higher price if you want to re-enter. So that's like the part of the risks that are involved. But as we could see in situations like in here, that if you do sell everything that you own or a large percentage of what you own in here, then you're going to get a much greater return than someone who didn't sell anything or sell smaller or sold smaller amounts within this level. Okay, so as I mentioned, I have been writing different codes. I've been doing my research on a lot of these coins, and I have just finished up to SYS. Now, what I've written on my notes is not in chronological order per letter. So the first code that I happened to look at with the letter T was code TX. And I'm going to have to bring this one up now. Transfer coin. I am trying to figure out how to make a play of this. I want to buy it, but I don't know if I should or where I should. I mean, I can see in here, it just does all these pierces lower, 18 average of lows. But if we look at this coin more further, this is the 3-day chart. What it was doing up until March of this year, it was sustaining within a downtrend. But we can see here when we're looking for the market to tell you for something to roll over, it had several days riding the 18 average of lows. So it was by far the best attempt to revert trend, and when markets go, they can go. So as I stated before with the other coin, that sometimes they can go big and sustain itself. Here's a spot where it went big and sustained itself with huge volatility. Huge. And the volatility has only been remaining. If we look at this through the 18 average, I can see a lot of these white lines, which indicates very good times to sell above the 18 average of highs. For selling up here, you back to the band, buy spot. You sell in here, all of these over the bands. When it goes back in the band, you buy. So you sell in here, easy buy. If you sell up here, easy buy. If you sell up here, easy buy. If you sold up here, you had a little bit of time to buy. But now we're in a situation where this market has been holding and staying above 20,000 satoshi for a few days. Let's move this to the single day chart. So we can see major resistance roughly here at around 20,000. And it's held and stayed above. This is why I'm thinking, man, I should just at least just put like a small wager just to play, because let's get an upside calculation. 50, what I do is I look at an uptrend, which is a move that topped at 52,630. And I want to see where it corrects down to, and I see that it was in at around 17,000. So I'll put 17,000 in as the next number. Look for the up target. I also got key Fibonacci numbers as well. So I'm looking at 35,000 and 100,000. So an upside target that could break 100,000 at that. We could be looking at 120 because they like to pierce them oftentimes. Psychological does say 100. And then 61/8 at 35,000. So holding and staying above this mark is huge. It is relatively huge. So different situations for when to buy something like this if you're looking for strategies. Well, the easy one is buy now. You're getting at 29,000-ish, depending on what the bid-ask ratio is, but that's what the current price is. You're getting it in the middle of this 18 average, a middle within this congestion range of 47,000 and about 20,000. It's cheaper than would it be if you wait for confirmation on a break above here. But if this thing falters down, no one would ever buy at 37 because it would never go there. It's already had decent amount of corrections to the downside, as we can see, within the last few days before. And 2 days now, this being the second, it's just hardly doing anything at all. So it does make it difficult if you're looking to buy for when. Now, if we take a look at this against the United States dollar on the daily time frame, it is holding near this 18 average of highs. But you see the situation, you come up to this resistance, come back down to correctionary phase, break it again. At this stage, it's okay. Maybe you come back and you support this area, which it kind of has. It has held and stayed below it because every moves below it, which came to the 18 average of lows, were quickly rebought back up. But when we look at this on a weekly chart, yeah, one leg higher from a break of this resistance. The move from about 90 cents or so, one can even say 95 to $1, it's gotten to 3, triple. And the move from the bottom is 36 cents to about 330, so about 9x. Even this quick breakout in just this day was 7/10 of a penny up to 26. So it's about a 40 or so x gain. There's a lot of possible upside because what I look at is, okay, how big of a leg higher is this? Oh, it's below satisfactory, meaning I would usually expect a bigger leg higher. This leg higher went from 4.33 cents, or almost 4.5, up to about 86. So that would be close to 17 times. This thing could have a lot of potential to go higher. And if you just want to mess around, the easiest thing, of course, always is to buy. You can try to put buy orders in for a cheaper price. If you get it, you get a better deal, but you're not guaranteed, of course, to get the purchase. But this is looking pretty decent within its market. So thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm expecting that I'll be finished probably close to around 6 p.m. Eastern, 1800 hours, or 3 p.m. Pacific time, which would be close to about 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock UTC. And I'll give you another update closer to that time. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.